Well, good morning, Roy.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, will you be sending your child back to school, Roy?
No, absolutely not. Not quite yet.
Okay, not quite yet.
No. I think there's still obviously a lot of unanswered questions about the virus. And, I think it would be a case of playing Russian roulette at this stage to send the kids back in so soon. I just don't think it's needed. I understand the whole argument with vulnerable children.
Yes.
And I think there should certainly be an option maybe to offer more support or more access for those kids. But I think the amount of pressure that's been applied, or feels like it's been applied, if you're not with us by the 1st of June, then you're not with us kind of mentality. For that, I just don't know. I just don't agree with that.
Well,
I think...
there is an economic argument here, Roy, isn't there? And the economic argument is that with the kids going back to school, the parents might be able to get back to work a bit more.
Yeah. And for that, again, it's a case of, giving them the choice so that they can decide for themselves, as opposed to wholesale changes. We don't have mass testing yet as an option.
I know.
Again, with the rise of the Kawasaki disease, which I appreciate you say is still in very small numbers, but we have been in lockdown for quite some time. So if you multiply that by the number of kids that are going to go back to school, then we can only assume there's going to be a huge increase in that as well. For that, it's been fascinating watching Dr. Fauci and Trump. Obviously, there's a mass disagreement, between them over that in America.
Yes.
And even Trump doesn't want them to go back till September. So,
Well, Roy, your opening sentence was that there were lots of unanswered questions, and you're, of course, completely right about that. And I totally buy in that if we had a mass national testing, isolating, tracing, service, that we would all feel a lot more comfortable about easing. And we haven't got that. And they keep telling us it'll happen this month. I don't believe it somehow. But what if, Roy, we get to the middle of August and you still think there are lots of unanswered questions? Do we then defer school until 2021?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been interesting watching the coverage in America, particularly with California, for the infrastructure they're putting together to have virtual classes potentially up to the next 2 years, for certain. I think it's just very important that we start to plan for the long term and for the worst case scenario, because again, how can there be a rise in Kawasaki-related illnesses when we've been in lockdown for so many weeks?
Well, Kawasaki we will watch, of course we will. But statistically at the moment, are you convinced that it's linked?
The lockdown, because of the lockdown. That's the only reason why the numbers are so low. You don't have to be Dr. Fauci to work that one out.
You may be right, Roy, and if you are, it's very worrying. Roy, thank you for your comments, your thoughts, and your call, and the comparisons with the USA are very, very interesting.